Alright, hello everybody, this is Zacharias. We are back with more of Avadon the Black Fortress, and, just a quick apology here. I mean, I know I got overly frustrated in that last part, but, again, it's not a case of me taking it out on the game, because the game, doesn't suck at all. It more had to do with my situation. Or my characters, but I did finish off all those enemies in that sequence. And, we didn't get really too in-depth with the story here, although I know we have to find the Duke now. The thing about it is, too, is that I got a little bit too confident about getting to the portal that it totally slipped my mind that there might be guards protecting the portal like crazy. Like numerous guards that would be spawning non-stop. So in truth, that was really just my bad, and I should have just gone right for the throne room regardless. So yeah, that was my bad, but I hope y'all understand. We will continue on with the story here. And one more thing I will say too is that this might end up being a shorter part as well, because of how I know when we get back to Avadon it's going to be a pretty crazy sequence of events, so this might actually be a shorter part than what I normally do. So I just want to point that out real quick. But let's see what's leveled up here. I think strength leveled up last. I mean, not that these two really matter anymore, but yeah, in Avadon 2, I'm definitely going to remember that for these, we can get them up to level 4 real quick. And then focus on the other ones, like, much later. And I'll also remember that for Avadon 3. No really point in looting, if I'm being perfectly honest. I'm just going to discard that. But let's check these rooms real quick. We'll fight off more enemies. So yeah, like I said, this might be a shorter part because of how I know the sequence back in Avadon is going to be pretty tedious, and also I need to get at a save point, and like it has been established, they are not generous with the autosave at all. So I just have to do that myself. Freaking slow. Well, you all may have sorceresses, but I do too. What the heck? Why can't I? Oh, she was out of vitality. Okay. Okay, no, I don't want to use Wand of Lightning. Actually, we should probably give these to Xander when we get the chance, since I know the Avadon sequence is going to be pretty crazy. Yeah, let's go ahead and give, where's the vitality potion? Yeah, we'll give Nathalie one of these. But yeah, even the very last sequence of Avadon is going to be tedious, but no more complaining by me on my part. I definitely want to do better at that, because, yeah, because at the end of the day, it is just a game, and like I said, I should have already been aware that certain things would be tedious. But I will make sure I save when we get done with this. I hate that we can't end combat while he's still, like... Okay, so at least we got past that. Lockpicks need 4. This is a private dining hall for Duke Gryfyn and his most valued guests. Several huge warriors are waiting for you. Sadly, the Duke is not among them. Their leader steps forward. He is in his 30s, burly and scarred, and barely able to restrain his enthusiasm for battle. I am Monitor Rance, head of the Kalendario War Royal Guard. Duke Gryfyn told me that if I saw you, we were to kill you. I will take the honor for myself. I will tear you apart with my bare hands. This is your last chance to survive. Step aside. Monitor Rance snarls at you. Your offer of mercy marks you as a weakling. Watch this, fellows. Watch how a true warrior of the Kellen faces Avadon. Okay, I probably should have Shima think a little, since honestly he can do that with so much dexterity now. Dang it, I can't use... Actually, no. I have Vitality. I have this I can do. Actually, let's do... And we will do another one. Where are you going, buddy? He's probably programmed to go after Nathalie now that I think about it. Since she's like gonna be able to do the most damage, but is physically vulnerable. Steel Wind. Oof. Sucks that Monitor Rance is right there. Can we do this? Okay, that's annoying. In hindsight, I should have put the ability to heal on her. The scarab that heals on her, but yeah, it is what it is. Alright. I'll do that. I definitely do not like that Monitor Rance is that close to her, though. Hooray for the corruption. Okay, I got kind of lucky there. Okay, why don't we... I do want to kind of save these. Let's go ahead and do this, though. Battle Frenzy is such a lifesaver in this game. I'm honestly glad for my Blade Master route I went the path where you can do the boost and stuff like that, because it is very effective. Monitor Rance has been slain. The last of Gryfyn's defenders have fallen. You look around, wondering where to go next. As you look, the gate in the east wall of the banquet hall slowly opens. You hear a weak voice from within. I see I have no choice but to face you. I am ready. You enter the sitting room of the royal house of Castle Bebo. A roaring fire burns in the fireplace, making the room warm and comfortable. At last, you found Duke Gryfyn. He stands at the far end of the hall, facing you. He is unarmed and unarmored. Though he is young, he faces his likely death with great poise. Only a slight, barely perceptible trembling of his hand betrays his terror. So you have come, he says. I suppose I should have expected it. I was barely able to destroy all the papers I needed to. You look into the fire and realize that it is full of ledgers and scrolls. You have come for me. I can see the murder in your eyes, and yet I demand the right to explain myself. I have given all for my people, and I am owed that much. The right to explain how you became a traitor? Traitor. Avadon casts that word around so easily. Do you realize that not everyone who disagrees with you is a traitor? I am no traitor. I never have been. I have always been true to my most sacred oaths. You claim that you are not a traitor? I am not to the Kellum. Everything I have done to keep Kalimdariel safe, secure, and powerful in the chaotic, violent times to come. You really expect me to believe that? I only ask you to acknowledge what is completely obvious. And what of the Pact? The Pact only has value to the extent that it protects and aids the nations within it. Hanvar's council is confused. Avadon is corrupt. Its states hate and fear each other. Its time is ending. If you were loyal, why did you try to kill Han Gavin? Because he stumbled upon some correspondence between me and the Tawan Empire, and he misunderstood it. The Tawan were sending me offers, and I was declining them. Gavin misunderstood the messages. He thought I was trying to leave the Pact. In fact, I was not there yet. Hand or not, he deserved to die for the clumsy and foolish way he used his power. Why did you have the Hochlandans killed? For the first time, you see Gryfyn truly angry. After I tried so hard to make peace with them, it was because they were fools. By striving for peace with our rivals, I was truly trying to save the Pact. I risked so much for them, and then their envoys arrived after all I did, and they presented me with a new list of demands, and nothing else. Do you understand that? I gambled all to bring us closer to peace. Instead of working with me, they demanded that we humiliate and abase ourselves. It was then that I realized that there would be no peace within the Pact. So you gave up. He sighs. I am young, I have talent, I have energy. But there are limits. I can't do all I ask of myself. I look in the mirror and I hate what I see for its pitiful weakness. But my oath remains. I must serve Kalimdariel. As the Pact is corrupt and cannot make peace with itself, I must look for my own allies. Fortunately, there is one within the Tawan Empire, one with great influence who has been contacting me, who is offering a new alliance. Exactly who contacted you? He does not wish for his name to be known, as Avadon would find it to be very useful. Perhaps if you can reconsider your path, you may learn it one day. You notice that just for a moment, Gryfyn's eyes flick toward the northwest corner of the room. Odd. What does the Tawan Empire want? Power. Security. What we all want. It is time for the alliances of Linnaeus to shift. The Pact will end, Avadon will crumble, made to pay for its arrogance. Wars will happen, new political structures will form. When that happens, I want to make sure that Kalimdariel is on top. You really think that Kalimdariel will leave the Pact? You think there will be a Pact for them to belong to? Do you not see how ineffectual and weak Avadon has become? How corrupt? Have you not seen it for yourself with your own eyes? Think of what you have seen. The people of Kalimdariel are confused and frightened. They know that the old way is not working for them. The first leader who steps forward and gives them hope will be given control. Why are you telling me all of this? Because I know deep down you see that I am right. You have seen the weakness and corruption firsthand. You can join us. Redbeard is due to be overthrown. If he were replaced with one who understands the need for a new order, much bloodshed could be avoided. And if you see the sanity in my words, you must free me. I am still a powerful ally with great wealth and influence. The Wayfarer tried to convince me to do that exact same thing. The Wayfarer? Ah, I think I know of whom you speak. I've heard many rumors of that one. He is not one of mine. He serves the Tawan. What exactly would you have me do? Let me go. Use the pylon to return to Avadon. A passage through my quarters will allow you to reach it. Return to Avadon and seize it. Depose Redbeard. You have the strength. Don't allow yourself to be passively dragged along by the doomed. And what will happen if I release you? I will not be a quiet, passive exile, if that is what you are wondering. I will travel Kalimdariel, building allies, spreading wisdom, and raising an army. As long as I live, I will do what I can to sustain my people, no matter what Avadon says. So tell me, do you understand me? Do you see the justice in what I wish? Will you let me go? Nathalie looks down at her burned, twisted arm. Has Avadon done enough for me to convince me to strike down my own duke? Shima says, I have lost my home. It has taught me how much my land means to me. But I would never spare a Kelim who has murdered my own kind. Okay, so for this choice, I am going to stick with what is clearly the canon choice, as you will see in Avadon 2 and 3, and that is to let him go. Now, personally, if it was strictly up to me and I had full choice in the path, including in the second and third game, then I would definitely attack and just kill him, finish him off, because he did call for, you know, my execution pretty much, had his soldiers hunt me down, all this other stuff. So I kind of get where he's going with that at the same time. So it kind of sucks that the canon choice is for the player character in this game to let him go, but you can still kill him if you want. I mean, you don't have to follow the canon choice, but just for consistency in my playthrough, I will stick with the canon choice here, even though my option would be to attack and kill him. I will go ahead and say, you may go. I set you free. Duke Gryfyn bows to you. Then I thank you, and I wish you luck in the deadly path that lies ahead of you. War is coming. I hope that I can be a proper ally to you one day. First, of course, you must have the strength and cunning to forge a faction of your own. As he talks, you can see that he is fading away. The enchantment he is using is a slow, fragile one, and had you attacked him, he would not have had time to use it. When he is almost gone, he says, the way is clear. Were I you, I would return to Avadon very quickly. I wish you good fortune, Xander. If Avadon had more like you, And then the Duke is gone. The part that does rub me the wrong way, though, is the fact that so many people are trying to force even more power on me by saying that I should take over and get rid of Redbeard, but, you know, having Redbeard's position means that I will be a target like he is, pretty much. And I do not want that. And I've never been a person who wants to have that much power anyway. Okay, so yeah, just make sure you go down this path. The other paths are just way too guarded. Alright, since we are heading back to Avadon, I am going to go ahead and give these wands to Xander for him to use. As you will see in the next part what that will entail. Okay, so without further ado, let's head back to Avadon. You approach the rune pylon. It senses the amulet around your neck that marks you as a servant at Avadon. The glowing stone sends out a wave of restoring energy, erasing your fatigue in an instant. You touch the pylon. In an instant, you are surrounded by a cloud of energy that wrenches you back to Avadon. Okay, so like I said before, this was going to be a shorter part because of how this next sequence of events is going to be pretty crazy, and I do need to save the game here since the autosave is not generous at all. So I will save the game and I will see you all soon in the next part of Let's Play. But as you can see right here, yeah, something has happened. So I will see you all until then.